This one is the almost death of my phone, and I was completely uninjured, but I have footage of it. And so stick around because I want to tell you the story. Finishing up an animated short film with some live action bits. And there's a scene at the beginning of this where there's a drone that delivers a package, and I wanted to get some footage, and then I'm gonna go in after the fact and like composite the drone into the footage. And I needed this footage to be driving. And so I opened the sunroof of my car, and I got this little, it's like a, you would call it a mount or a monostick, monopod, but that would be generous, because what it is it's a selfie stick that I have mounted to like these little tripod feet. Anyway, I stuck that out the top of my car, about 3 feet above the top of my car, driving around through neighborhoods and stuff, filming sideways. So I'm filming the other way. I'm filming to the right. And everything's going great, no problems. And I'm like, I'll just get one more shot. So I'm driving. Now, the way that I'm going to do this shot is I am going to speed it up, and it needs to be a fairly consistent speed so that we can, it's like we're following the drone as it's flying laterally. So anyway, so I see a yellow light, and I'm like, shoot, if I stop for the yellow light, then I will, it'll ruin the shot. I didn't want to ruin the shot. So I thought I could make it. So I kind of gunned it. I was going about 35 miles an hour. I sped up about 10 or 15 miles an hour to like make it through the yellow light. So I was going 45, 50 through the intersection. And then I hit this little dip, this little like repair in the road. I'm driving up to the spot where this all happened so I can show you guys where it all happened. So anyway, so I hit this little dip, and then I hear the phone come loose, hit the top of the car, hit the side of the car, and then I don't know what happened with it. So I'm like, ah, crap. So I'm like trying to imagine where it would have gone. I look at the top of the car. It is, there's a scrape, like a little nick on the right side of the car. And so I'm thinking, okay, so if there's a nick on the right side of the car, it must have fallen off to the right. So I'm looking on the right. And it hit, there's a nick on the right side at the top of the car. And then there's another little nick on the door handle on the right side. So anyway, I looked for, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes, probably 30 minutes or more. I could not find it. It was like nowhere. I walked up and down this little quarter-mile stretch of road. I'm looking in the gutters. I'm looking in the sidewalk. I'm looking, you know, all over the place. And I'm like, where would it be? I, at one point in time, even walked down the middle of the street in the suicide lane, like just so I could like kind of scan both ways. And it was just nowhere. Now here's the problem. It's still filming. It fell off the car filming. And so then I was like, if I can't find it soon, the batteries are going to run out. So I was like, how do I stop it from filming? And I was like, oh, I'll just use Find My iPhone. But I can't use Find My iPhone because it's my wife's out of town and my daughter's out of town, and nobody else has Find My iPhone, and I can't share my location with anybody because my phone is missing. And then I started thinking, holy crap, my phone is missing. Like all of my TFA, my like dual authentication stuff, all of that stuff is on my phone. I wouldn't be able to log into anything. And I'm like, geez, so I've got to figure that out and make sure that doesn't happen again. I was like, I can log in and I can find it on my laptop, but my laptop has Wi-Fi, and this is like not near Wi-Fi. So I was like, how can I do this? So I called up my friend from my computer. I was like, I hope this works. So I opened up like the little messenger app on the MacBook, and I texted him and I was like, hey, can you meet me in this location and bring your phone? And he's like, sure. And I was like, okay. So, but then I was like, what if he doesn't find it? Because it's not like you can go to a place. Remember before cell phones and you tried to meet people at places? That was the worst, because it was like, I don't know where it is. and then you'd call him and be like, oh, no, I'm down here, right? So anyway, so I described it really, really well. It's like right here. This is where, anyway. So then he shows up, and he shows up in chacos and like little sandals, like hiking sandals, which will come into play later. So here we are looking like total morons. He puts the hotspot on his phone so I can jump on my laptop onto his phone, and I'm like making it ring. We're trying to hear it. We can't hear it. So we're like doing the Find My iPhone thing, and I'm like, it couldn't be there. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so there's the field that it was in. There's my car right over there. So I was coming from up here down this direction. It fell off that side and ended up going this direction. Flew all the way across the road. So the bump is right there. See that arrow? It's right in front of that arrow. And so it traveled all the way down here. It's about where this sign is. And it ended up right here. So it was like over there. So what's really amazing about this is that where that white truck is right now, it fell off there, traveled all the way over here, skipped over this, and threaded the needle of the fence. It like flew through the fence, and then it landed face up in the wheat. It said it was like in a field on the left side of the road. So it's like, how does it in a field on the left side of the road? Okay, so we're like, all right, great. So I try to climb the fence. I'm still very, very weak from having double pneumonia and a lung abscess. And so my buddy's like, dude, I'll climb it. But then it's like an 8-foot fence at least, maybe 9 feet. I don't know. It's pretty tall. And it's just straight vertical bars. So there's no, there's like no way to climb it. I mean, we could have made it because it doesn't have spikes in the top or anything. But then I'm looking at the other side, and it's like really uneven ground. There's like, you know how like some kind of fields are just not well kept up, and so you see like bits of concrete that are just kind of left there in the dirt from, you know, when they put the fence in or whatever. And there's like, and it was like really deep, dry brush, like weeds and dry brush and stuff. And so we couldn't exactly see. And I was like, if we land on a rock or something, we're gonna twist our ankles. And he's like, oh, I'll just run down there and find a hole in the fence. And so he runs all the way down this way, which I will be showing you here. It's like, I thought it might be a quarter mile, but maybe not. It's at least a quarter mile, I think. Anyway, runs all the way there. So remember that he's in chacos. So then he just runs back, and he's just getting stabbed in the feet with like thistles and thorns and spiky, dry stalks of broken weeds and stuff. And then he hears something in the bushes, like start to like in the brush, you know, like some sort of animal and we're near the Snake River, which is aptly named. So who knows what it was, but something was moving. He's like, ah. So anyway, so then we're looking for it, and I'm on my laptop, and I'm on his hotspot, and I'm like making it make noise. And so we finally found it. It is completely unscathed. Somehow the $9 iPhone case that I have protected it. And anyway, so totally unscathed. And I have 37 minutes of it looking at this last little shot. So here's the footage with a 9.5-minute introduction. Here's the footage of my phone falling off the car. Totally worth it because I found my phone. It would have not have been worth it had I not found my phone. But I'm really excited that I found my phone. So, anyway, so that's that's what happened. So you can see it right over there. Anyway, it's so crazy. I'm so glad I got my phone back. But I hope you enjoyed that story. And the next time you think that you need a shot, just, you know, take a few extra minutes, like I didn't, and secure your camera or your phone. So anyway, if you like this video, just kidding. You can give it a thumbs up if you want and share it or whatever. I don't care, but enjoy.
This is illo time.